just got my own sewing room. Let me give you a tour. Hi, it's Fran Morgan with Fabric Cafe. Now, as you know, I have a new sewing room and I'm so excited to share it with you. But let's start where this all began. You know, I used to sew out of a closet. I had my sewing table in the closet. All of my supplies were in the closet, ironing table, everything. So whenever I would sew, I would have to go in there, open the closet, set up the ironing board, roll out my sewing machine, plug it in, get supplies. It was really a headache, and it was really a confined space. And of course, then I'd have to put it all back whenever I was done sewing for the day so that it didn't leave it in our bedroom so that it was a mess. It was just crazy. So now I have this glorious, beautiful sewing room that I cannot wait to share with you. So let me start with just a quick overview. Here we have my sewing machine next to the window, which also doubles as my desk. Directly behind it, I have my ironing station. And then over here, of course, I have a closet with some storage, my cutting table, that's just wonderful. Absolutely love this here. And then over in this corner, I have a chair where I can sit and bind and watch TV, which is great. I have a little lamp, so I have plenty of light. And then I have my design wall on this big blank wall. So it's fantastic. Now this is my very nice cutting station, but it's also multifunctional. There's a lot going on here, lots of great storage. We're gonna start at the very bottom. This is where I keep all of my pattern books and my inspiration books. And I think it works really well on the bottom of this shelf. And then I have my Fabric Cafe books separated out so that I'm sure to have those handy when I need them. Some of my newer fabric collections that I really like to keep out so I can see all the colors and get inspired. And then on this last little cubby over here, I have my rulers. I'm still working on trying to find out what is the best way to store the rulers so they're still handy. I didn't really want to screw into the end of the table with any kind of hooks to hang them because I want to keep it nice. So I'm thinking about maybe getting one of those wooden slatted things that you can put them in. If you've got some ideas for me, let me know. I would love to hear them. Now this cutting table also has some great drawers in here. I keep all of my smaller rulers in here, you know, like my slotted trimmer, which is something I use all the time, as well as my rotary cutter, which is pretty handy to have close by. And then in this drawer over here, I'm keeping I have a little container here. These are my little cards that I use to label my pieces when I'm cutting out of quilt. And then I use these big clips to clip the labels to the stack of fabric that I've cut. I like the bigger clips just because I feel like they hold better and I can get a little bit fatter stack of fabric in there. And then just some other random things, a pencil sharpener, some tape, some extra scissors, just to have handy. You know, we all have to have the junk drawer, right? This one's kind of become a junk drawer. It's all the little random bits from my furniture builds. Got my command hooks in here. Of course, I've got all this catnip in here, which we gotta have that handy. So that's kind of my junk drawer. Now up here, as you can see, I have my wonderful big mat, which I love. It just gives me so much space. I have a little cup here that has my marking tools, my water-soluble markers, my pencils. This is for whenever I'm doing half square triangles or even stitch and flip. Have a seam ripper because, you know, sometimes that happens. You gotta have that too. My TV remote, all of those things here. Love having a little bit of life on my cutting table and in my sewing room, so I always like to have a plant. Now this right here is for whenever we're doing video. This is a video light. Love that I can turn this light on whenever I'm cutting because it just really illuminates the space so I can see it well. Now something else that I love is having my TV here. TV is usually going whenever I'm working in here, and I love it because I can see it from every single station in my sewing room, and it just keeps me inspired, and I can watch a great Fabric Cafe video or some of the other videos that I love to follow. Something else that is very important that I have learned through this whole process. Over on the far corner here, I have this bowl, and I have that there because I have little clippings all the time when I'm cutting. Strings, I'm trimming half square triangles, those little bits. the ends off a strip assembly. I just use that as my trash receptacle, and it just kind of keeps it contained, and it's super handy right there on my cutting table. So I love, love, love that. One of the other things I love is that the table is big enough so that I can keep my pattern on the side over here for reference as I'm cutting, because often you want to check that measurement twice before you actually make the cut. So there's plenty of space over here for me to do that. One other thing that I always do in the sewing room, and I learned this really fast after I moved in, is you must have plenty of electrical sockets so that you can plug things in. Your lamps, your iron, whatever it is you're working on. And I had my husband mount one right on the side of the table here. And I've got them throughout the other places in my sewing room as well. But that has been a lifesaver, so I don't have cords all over the floor and tripping over them. Still working on getting it all organized. If you guys have any tips for me, I would love to hear. Now, let's go check out my sewing station. Now there's two things I took in consideration whenever I placed the sewing station here. One, I wanted to be next to the window so I had natural light, which is really helpful. The second is I wanted to be opposite my design wall so that as I was building a quilt, I could put the squares on the design wall and look at it. So it really keeps me inspired. Now I have my machine here. I have a Bernina 750 Quilters Edition. The reason why I chose this machine whenever I purchased it is I wanted a machine with a longer neck because I do a lot of my own quilting on my machine. And then of course it had a stitch regulator so that I could do that free motion quilting. So those were the two selling points that I really wanted when purchasing my machine. And on top of that, I just think the Berninas are workhorses and they're fabulous machines. All right, I have this great table here. It does open up and I've never been able to have it open all the time. This is the first time I've ever had a sewing room where I could leave my table open. Why is this so important? When you're working on a larger quilt top or anything, like if you're doing binding, having this open in a larger area helped me support the weight of the quilt so I'm not wrestling with it in quite the same way. Okay, so whenever I sew and I'm set up here, I have some great things at my fingertips. I can have my book here. I have my little pincushion lady, which she's usually sitting on this side because I'm right-handed and I can just poke them in. Usually have a little drink over here, some water or some hot tea, and it keeps it really handy next to me, but not in my sewing space. I also have some storage in this cabinet, which is fantastic. I keep the threads that I use on a regular basis, my whites, my blacks, my bobbins. I have plenty of sewing needles here ready to switch them out. A little container to keep my old needles that I'm discarding after using them. Even have a little magnet here, which is great for picking up straight pins. This was a gift from my good friend Jenny. Love this. Have it handy and use it often. Now I have another drawer over here. This is kind of where I keep my safety pins for putting my quilt sandwiches together whenever I'm going to free motion. Extra little case of straight pins. My little case here that was a gift from my mother. This is what I use for binding so that it's super handy. Then I just have some other like drawing tools, so whenever I'm designing and drawing, I've got those there. I love that it is right across behind me here is my ironing table, and this makes it so efficient when I'm sewing, ironing, sewing, ironing. So let's check that space out. My pressing station has evolved over time. Whenever I first moved into this room, I was still pulling out my standard old-fashioned ironing board, putting the big board on top of it, bringing the iron out and all of that. I knew really fast that I did not want to keep doing that. So I got on the hunt for a piece of furniture that would fit in this space and my big board would fit on top of. And believe it or not, after a few weeks of hunting, I found one, and it's perfect because it has storage under here and my big board fits on top of this. Now, one thing I had to do, if you're familiar with big boards, what they have is this little spot right here, these little edges that help it stay on the top of the ironing board. But in my case, that fit perfectly on top of this cabinet. However, whenever I put it on there, I couldn't open the drawers. So what I did is I found this foam, or actually I should say my husband found this foam at the hardware store. And he cut a piece of it and put it right in the center of my board so it lifted it up. And it allowed the drawers to open freely and not hit the edge of that big board. So it worked perfectly. And I have this little remnant leftover bit here that I think I'm gonna cover with some fun patchwork and make a bulletin board for it. And this stuff, it says it's called Curdy board, and we just found it at our local hardware store. So I'm not exactly sure what it's actually for, but it works great for this. So this also gave me lots of extra storage. And this drawer is holding a lot of my rulers, but they're more specialty rulers, so I only use them on occasion. So I don't need them as handy as my other ones that are there at my cutting table. Then down here is I have lots of extra storage. I have some old design files, some paints, and this little basket right here is pretty handy for me. This is all the ends of binding that I have left over. So say I'm making a quilt and there's a little bit of length left over and I just cut it off and then I toss it in this basket. I'm gonna use all of these ends on a scrap quilt one day. I have enough binding here probably for at least 1.5 quilts, which is great. Of course, I have my little cards to wrap my binding around too. And then I just have some other random things, sewing tools, my sewing ham and different things, my glue gun, some remnants of batting and different things down there. In this drawer, I have my stitch regulator, and then I have my books to my sewing machine, and I kept them here and handy because every once in a while I do need to look something up about my machine to make sure I'm doing it properly. If I'm resetting or recalibrating it for a certain stitch, that's very, very helpful to have. Now under here, on the bottom, some older projects, some clothing pieces, and some different quilt things that are maybe just tops that I'm storing down there. My light table, and then I have just a few bins here. These are extra cutters and scissors. I do get into these from time to time. I also have extra rotary blades that I keep in here, pretty handy. And then just another little bin. These are my colored threads, not ones that I reach for all the time, like my black and my white, which I keep next to the machine. I have one more that just has some specialty threads in it. Okay, then we have the actual big board and the ironing surface. Now, a few things with this. I placed this here to hide a little bit of a power strip back there. And this little needle point here, this is the needle point that I did when I was about 9 years old. And I found it whenever I was moving in here, and I clipped it on this basket because I'm gonna do something just for me with this little needle point, a little pillow or something. Now this basket is corralling some important tools. I have another little cup with my scissors, my thread snips, my seam ripper. I have my Mary Ellen's Best Press in here. The other thing I have in here are my clips whenever I'm clipping my binding to my quilts. So that's pretty handy. I like having them in a little basket so they're all corralled and it doesn't look messy on the top of my ironing surface. Love the big board. My iron stays here. This is big enough for a 3-yard quilt to press basically the whole side, and it works beautifully. And then I just have some decor items on these shelves. Of course, more plants because I like that light and that life. Have some lamps here to keep it bright. And then just some inspiration pieces. Of course, my kitties. I have kitties everywhere. Chalk from my first boutique collection. One of my fabric vases up there. And then my little artistic man hugging my little lady up there, supporting her up. So lots of fun things here. Really, this has turned out to be one of the best spaces I have done in my room. Now, this is my storage closet. Now, when you look in here, keep in mind, this is where all of my sewing used to be, in a size closet just like this. So it's amazing that I had everything in this closet. These shelves are what held all of my sewing supplies before. All of my ironing supplies, all of my rulers, all of my fabric, everything, my books, everything. And this is my fabric stash. You see it's fairly small right now because before I didn't have a lot of room. So here is a stack of fabric that was gifted to me that I have a project planned for. And then here's some blues and greens. Some of these are leftovers and some of these are things that I've picked up because I have plans on using them for different things. These are all my pre-cuts that are left over. It's a little bit of fat quarters here. And then these, of course, are just organized by my whites and creams and my really bright colors. These are things that are either I'm planning on a project or they're left over. I have a tendency to get bits and pieces as I go because I need blues or I need pinks or reds or whatever. And so I kind of collect them, and then whenever I get a chance to work on the project, then I'll have plenty to choose from. I'm very excited to be able to go and expand and fill this up and get some more fabric. I made a design wall and I love it because it is opposite my sewing machine. So when I'm sitting at my machine, I can see my work in progress, which is fabulous. And what I really like about this wall is I can put a block up here and it will stay. And then I can move them around and make sure that I have the colors placed where I want, the blocks placed where I want. This was super easy to do. All I have is some cotton batting. And this is just like you would put in a quilt. It's just regular cotton batting, but guys, it has to be cotton. A polyester fiber will not work. And then all I did was just take a staple gun and staple it to the wall, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. That is it. That's all you have to do to have a design wall. And I love how it works. Now, I could even put a whole quilt up here if I wanted to, if I'm not working on something. You might need to put some pins in it if it's a little too heavy for it to stay. But I love it. I use it all the time, and it really helps me keep perspective on what I'm working on and keep me motivated. Now, one of the things that I really wanted in my sewing room was a place to sit down and bind and be able to watch a show. So I really enjoy the fact that I have this little corner over here with a chair. It has really good light because I have this small area here with a lamp, place to put my needle safe and all of my little scissors and everything. I also put a tray here so that I can put my loose ends of my threads whenever I trim them so they don't go on the floor. And then of course my thread doesn't roll away. Because as we know, actually this is Ollie's room and Ollie is sharing it with me, and he's going to want to play with these things, so I make sure that they don't get all over the floor and everything, and for him to not eat the threads. But I love being able to come in here. He spends time with me. I get to put my feet up on a stool, which is actually his stool, and watch a show and bind away, and it's quite comfortable with lots of bright light. So I've been sewing for many years, and this is the first time I've really had a dedicating sewing space, and I appreciate Ollie sharing it with me so much. If you would like some tips to speed up your sewing, be sure to watch the video that pops up. Thank you for joining me today in my sewing room.